Hi guys, I'm Kung Fu Matt, and welcome back to the Casual Hardcore Gamer. In this episode, we've got tips for new players to Clash, people who are going to start a new account, might not remember all this stuff. Just some very important basic Clash tips. So the first one we're going to have is we're going to talk about the builder huts. So these builder huts right here, these little guys right here. When you're first starting out, these are the most important thing for leveling a base fast. What these do is these let you build more things at once. So you've got, you can have archer towers going, you can have wizard towers, you can have your mines and all this stuff, and it's all based on the time. So if you save all your gems. That's how you do it. You save all your gems at the beginning of the game until you have all these builder towers. Don't waste the gems to boost this little unit here, boost this there. None of that matters. It's all what you need. What you need is you need these builder huts. You're gonna need them every time you end up leveling a town hall. You'll need these builder huts more than anything. So I would definitely say save your gems for the builder huts. That would be number one. Number two we're going to come with is join a clan. Now, what you can do when you're in a clan. Now, first, if you're just by yourself, I mean, everything you do is very lonely. I mean, you won't have anybody to talk to and stuff. There's strategy, but that's not what I'm talking about. Here's the thing: what you need to join a clan for is this little building right here, this clan castle. Now, most of us know what the clan castle is if you've been playing Clash for a while. But if you haven't, you have to build one of these before you're allowed to build a clan. I can't remember what Town Hall 2 or 3, right at the beginning. Once you have this guy, you can do this thing. You can request troops. So you click on it and it'll say you can put whatever you want. Oh, I want some wizards. I want some this. And what you do is you get high level troops from high level people playing Clash. So you use somebody level 10 can drop you a couple balloons, can drop you some minions. Some of these balloons, you can have these balloons in your clan castle. These things will come out and just tear up those low level bases, and it won't cost you anything. You just request every 20 minutes. So, it doesn't. A lot of people don't mind giving away that stuff because it doesn't cost that much when you're a high-level town hall. So, especially when it comes to war, you're gonna need these troops. So I would just suggest, if you're gonna be farming, leveling up your base, even if you're not gonna do clan wars right away, join a clan. Trust me. Request those balloons, request some of that stuff. People will give it to you because they're nice, they don't mind, and it'll help you out a ton. Okay, guys. So number three is gonna be max your troops, max everything you can before you go from one town hall to a next. If you rush your town hall, you're going to have horrible issues. So the only example I have right now is this town hall 8 in Clan Wars. But the big things that happen when you upgrade fast is every time you upgrade, you get less money from the lower town halls. So you start beating. As soon as you go to 3, all those 2s you don't get as much. And it's huge percentages the higher you get. So after a couple town hall levels, you don't get any loot from those low levels, and you don't even see those bases. So, and every time you up a town hall level, another level can see you, so they'll come down and beat the crap out of you and take more loot. So this is just an example in Clan Wars. Once you get to town hall 8, 9, 10, this isn't as important because you can do something. You can upgrade partial just for Clan Wars. I don't know. That's not really important. But just to give you an example, now this is a town hall 8 in our Clan War. They were against in war. If you look, he's got all the black walls. He's even got some of the Lego walls, the ones that look like they're little Lego pieces next to each other. He's pretty upgraded. He's doing a really good job. He hasn't upgraded to Town Hall 10 yet because he's trying to max those walls and make sure all his, everything's upgraded. He's also maxing his heroes. He's got a 16 and a 15. He's got a while to go on those, but the whole point is, he hasn't moved to Town Hall 10. This guy could probably go to Town Hall 10 anytime he wants. He's just holding it back. And now if you look at the guy 1 up, look at this guy right here. Look at these walls. They're still purple. This guy's got so much work left to do on his walls. It's crazy. Now, this guy's more focusing on some of his other defenses, but what this does is, this just gives an edge up to anybody attacking you. He's going to be attacked by people a lot stronger than the guy down low, and the guy down low's base isn't actually that bad in comparison. Now, this base is better because it's got the Inferno Towers, which is one of the things I said, hey, you can upgrade a little early at, 8, 9, 10. But the lower levels, these little things, walls are a huge deal at lower levels. You have these weak troops trying to beat through these walls, and they can't beat through. And, this guy's going to have to spend so much extra time on those walls. The number 4 tip I'd like to give you guys is protect your loot. Protect your loot. So now, what holds your loot? After the latest update, the town hall holds a percentage of your loot, the a bigger percentage than it used to, at least. The storages, so you've got the elixir storages, they hold your loot, especially the dark elixir. When you get that, oh man, protect your dark elixir. You want to keep these in a centralized area, somewhere where you can't really get to them as easily, and spread them out. So the way I've got this base set up is you've got my town hall, and you've got 2 storages up top, and then you've got down at the bottom you got 2 storages on the left, 2 storages on the right, and what that does, and 2 storages down at the bottom with the most important dark elixir and the clan castle right in the middle. Now the clan castle also holds some loot from clan wars, so you want to have that centralized too, and for clan castle troops to protect you. So what this does, the way this base is shaped, is if you attack from the bottom right, you might get 2 of the storages, maybe 3. If you attack from the bottom left, it's going to be the same way. If you attack from the top, you're going to only get 2, and maybe the town hall. You're not going to get all of them. The 2 things you don't want to do is you don't want to put them all bunched together in one spot, because then they'll make an army that's its purpose. Its purpose will be to get to that spot. And when you spread them out, it just makes it so they have to 3-star you to get all your loot, and you're not going to get 3-starred that often at the higher town hall levels. At lower town hall level, you're going to get beaten up a little bit, but at least you can take those. The lower town hall levels won't be able to take all your loot. So that would be number 4. Number 5. Number 5 is an interesting one. Number 5 is all about attacking. So we've got a couple little pieces to this one. The first part is to attack easy bases. This sounds obvious, right? Oh, of course I'm going to attack an easy base. Well, I'm going to do a couple I'm going to do an attack right now, and I'm going to show you the difference between a hard base and an easy base. I'm not going to attack the hard base, but I'm going to give you an idea of how horrible it would go, and then I'm going to find an easy base for you. Now, this is at a high town hall level. It's obviously going to look different, but an easy base is a base with multiple things you're looking for, and we'll kind of show you those things as we find some bases. So, okay, so number 1 of an easy base. This one's got the town hall in an easy spot. Look at that, sitting right out there on the outside. I mean, this thing takes nothing to go get that guy. You can just jump right in there and get that town hall. Now, the guy didn't do a terrible job of this base because all his storages are down in that middle. Now, like I said, the storages all being clumped together, all you'd have to do is come through this area. I don't have the right army for this kind of base, but you break through that little top area, come in the next section, and bam, you're in the middle. You've got all the storages all together. Okay, guys, this is another base I found after a few more searching. This base is fairly easy. What they got is you've got some of the storages on the outside, which are easy pickings. If I throw some archers down, they'll be able to take them out. Then you've got the town hall, easily accessible, and you could definitely attack from this southern section right here, go straight up the middle, and get to the most important everything right in the middle. So these are some bases that would be a little easier. These are still these are higher bases, but look at those walls, look at that stuff. I mean, this guy's still a town hall 10, but he's a weak town hall 10. What this would give me is it would give me more. It would be easier to get through the loot. So you look for those weaker versions of the town halls, stuff that's not gonna have a lot of defenses. That's where you can get all your loot. So another part to this is going to be collectors. So collector raids, where you can get all those either people who are dead bases or haven't logged in for a few days. I can kind of show you an idea of what the collectors look like. So we're gonna look at my collectors here. They're going to be empty collectors. You can see what the difference between an empty collector is and a full collector. The reason you're looking at collectors is because when you take loot from a collector, you get 100% of that loot. So whatever's in that collector, you can take. When you take money from a storage, you get a percentage based on your town hall level. So if I have 1 million loot, right now I have what 2.5 million elixir. When someone attacks me, I'll show you an example. When someone attacks me, this is what they're gonna see. They're gonna see something like this, where he sees 200,000 of that 2.5 million. So I mean, when you really look at it, there's a lot of loot that I'm keeping just because that's the way Clash of Clans is. They don't want you to take all loot from everybody all the time. So the collectors don't work that way. When you look at a collector raid, all the loot in the collectors is visible. So I'll show you an example of that. Okay, guys, so here's a quick example of some collectors that are overflowing full. I can't tell you the amount of loot it is because we're viewing his base. We're not in the attack menu. But we'll take a look at all three different kinds. So start off with the elixir. This is what an elixir storage looks like when it's full. If you look, this part down here, the little purple part, that's filled all the way to the top. If it isn't full, it's gonna be way lower down. It's gonna look like it's kind of an empty puddle. So when it's full, it's gonna look like that. Moving on to gold mine. Where's it gold? There's a gold mine. It's this little tiny box. This box down in the bottom right, where the little mine deposits everything into. That little box, when that's full and overflowing, you've got so much loot in that gold mine. So you can grab the loot. So when you see bases like this, know that 200,000, 300,000, whatever's up in that corner, when you first come in, it's like, oh, this base has 200,000 and 200,000. If those are full, that loot is all inside the collectors. It's all right there, easy to reach. A lot of times people put their collectors on the outside of the base, like this, because usually the collectors are empty and there's nothing to collect. All you'd have to do with this base is throw a couple archers on the outside, and you're looking at an easy 70,000, 40, 50,000 in each of those collectors. The last one we're going to look at is the dark elixir. I know if you're just starting out, you might not see a lot of dark elixir. You won't need dark elixir till for a while. But when you get to that point, look at these dark elixir drills. This little box in the top little section, when that's full, that little square on top, when that's full, then hey, look, this elixir or this dark elixir drill is full. So you can just attack that drill. Don't worry about the storage, because all that loot, it's right there in that drill. Easy access, on the outside of the base, not in the middle. So the last thing I got, guys, is cheap armies. Use cheap armies for attacking. If you early on in the game, maybe once you hit Town Hall 7, 8, 9, you'll have to use more robust armies sometimes. But even at Town Hall 10 and 11, I'm still using a very cheap army. This army right now cost me very little elixir. It's just 196 archers and 22 minions. And what I'm doing is I'm searching the queues for some of these dead bases, the bases that have all their stuff in on the outside of the base. So I'm gonna show you a couple examples of some bases I've hit. That one I just showed you was one. That would be this one right here, Revan 57. So that's what I just looked at. But look what the amount of loot I got from him: 434,000, 287,000, and 1,400 dark. Look at that golden elixir. That's so much. And guess what I used? I used archers. One of the cheapest minions they have. Or I used minions too, but that's not what I meant. Archers, one of the cheapest troops you can buy, and you can make that army really fast. You can just churn these out over and over again. I had another one that had 130,000 and 37. It's not a lot, but these armies are so cheap. They just go. Move on a couple more. There's another 460,000, 450,000 with almost 5,000 dark elixir. You'll know when you get to dark elixir. You'll wish you had that dark elixir. So these are just some examples. But if you use these cheap armies and just use the troops you need, pretend that my base right now is a brand new a base you're gonna attack, right? And you've got these archers, and all the storages are empty, but you see 200,000 loot. The loot's in these collectors. So how would you attack this base with this army composition? So simple. You come over here and you drop some archers. You drop just enough archers right in here until you get those collectors. Then you move up to the rest of the collectors. You kill them all down here. Then you come over here. You drop them over here, and that's it. You leave those 4. Don't worry about those. You attack those, you're just going to waste more troops than you need. So you get all the loot on the top ones, and then you end your raid. Guess what? You've still got minions left. You still probably have archers left. And what that does is your next army is going to be ready in 10, 15 minutes at the most. And then you can find a new raid. Early in the game, you can raid all the time. You can go if you've got free time. If you don't, hey, that's fine. Just raid when you have time. But if you're going to have maybe a half an hour, 20 minutes, you're waiting for something, attack twice. Have an army ready, build another one. If you can use half of that army, you're going to really save yourself a lot of time, and you're going to get more loot. So thanks guys for watching. These things. I'll come back with more things eventually. Maybe some base building for low level bases and stuff. I don't actually have any low town hall bases. I just have my town hall. Just went to 9, and I have my town hall 11, which I prematurely went to 11, but only because I wanted to get that new hero. Leveling that hero and nothing else will keep me at a lower level in Clan Wars, but that's something you don't need to worry about until you kind of get through the later Town Hall levels. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you next time.